So when I was driving here this afternoon, I kind of understood that the word astrology in ancient texts didn't exist. It had another connotation.
Yes.
And so maybe you could introduce the talk by addressing this question.
Yes. Actually, you mark really nice question. Actually, this word astrology is just like 300 years back. Before that, in ancient texts, when we were talking with the Sumerians or Greek philosophers, in those eras, they were mentioning the name that is called heaven. Studied the heaven. This is basically the word they were using at before earlier. After that, this name astrology. Astrology means astro plus logic. Astro means the stars and planets, wherever the celestial bodies are. And logic means to understanding what their interpretation, how their calculations are. Basically, this whole world is astro plus logic. This is the main thing.
So obviously, you spent many years studying astrology, and you have great insight. So could you start by talking about the history and what generated this area of thinking?
Actually, astrology is not new for this world. It has a long history. And the first evidence of astrology was found from Sumerian civilization. And everybody knows about this. Sumer is the first civilization of this world. And after the Sumerian, Greek picked up this philosophy. And Greek philosophers has done such a great work on this philosophy. And even they, whatever the right now the system, astrological system or interpretation or whatever this whole system, what we are looking at right now of astrology, it is a major work done by the Greek philosophers. And even the horoscopes are also done, how they made it. This is all about the Greek philosopher. So astrology has a long history and it has been traveling through from each and every part of the world along with different culture and traditions. So same thing from the Sumerian part. So Babylonians came, Assyrians, Akkadians. So those were the first people who start observing the planets and star. And those were the first people who start seeing astrology or trying to point it out the astrology, when it has started and how they are affecting. This planet is moving and this is the result they are seeing it. So this is where this western part of astrology started. And especially then it's an Asia side, when we are coming Asia, in China and India. Their philosopher also done the very such a great work, especially in India side, the one we are talking about, Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is actually originated from the India. 18 Maharishis actually, which they had start working on it. And after like Gemini Rishi, Parashar Rishi, Saravali are one of the among people who originated the astrology. But the one thing which is common everywhere, that is called the basic principle, the foundation of astrology. Foundation is all they accepted. Wherever the astrology is practiced in anywhere in calculation method. So all accepted that there are 12 zodiac signs, there are planets and their effects. This is basic principle, and the rest of the predictive techniques or the way they are calculating planet, this is different in all other world, but this basic principle and foundation is same everywhere basically.
So as astrology has evolved,
Yes.
no matter which part of the world we're in,
Yes, yes.
the basic principles
Yes,
are
stay
the
same.
same.
Yes.
Okay. If there are many types, how is it you've chosen this particular one?
Actually, it is according to the person to person, whichever appeals to the person, like from the understanding point of view, from the intellectual point of view, from the intelligence point of view. For example, a person, I believe in Vedic astrology. Everybody, like we started from Sumerian civilization, it spreaded whole through the world. So according to the culture, according to their religious belief, according to their society systems, so that's what the people picked up, according to their knowledge, according to the intellectual field of knowledge, according to their philosophies. They have developed their own system, how they're looking at it. For example, everybody is worshipping God. Whole through world, everybody believe in God, but the way people seeing God is different. Maybe the way you are feeling God is different, me feeling God is different, and the way the philosophy of God might be different for me and different for you. Same thing is if we apply in astrology, the basic fundamental philosophy is same, but the thing, seeing the thing or interpreting the thing or calculating the thing is different from among other countries differently, but the main philosophy is same. There are astrology, there are planets which are affecting the human life. Yes.
So in the history of astrology, people usually knew about the sun and the sun signs and the zodiac signs. What other areas of astrology are covered, or is it just limited to the sun signs?
No, actually, astrology is not just limited to the sun sign. It is a very vast, big, large subject. If I need to put it in a words that where astrology reach, or what is the reach of astrology? When the child is born, from his first breath till the very last breath before his death, in between this whole circle of life comes under astrology. You just name it, it might be smallest to smallest, biggest to biggest. Each and every event of life comes under astrology. Let's say when this person will be going to travel, when this person will go for marriage, when this person will conceive the baby, when this person go travel overseas. You name it, that comes under astrology. Astrology is basically the fundamental thing is to knowing your own self. What is your being? To know the understanding of your own karma. What are your karmas? What are the deeds you must need to do? Why person is suffering? Why things are obstacle? Why things are difficulty in your so much in your life? Not to the other person. Same. There might be a person who have the same skills, who have studied the same knowledge, everything, but the both person are not staying at the same financially in the society. They both are different. One might be rich, one might not be rich. So this is why this is a different. This whole answer, these whole questions comes under astrology, and this is the only science in this world which can answer your questions about why this is happening to me. What are the karmas I had done past life? What are the bad karma or whatever the negative karma I have done, and how I can correct it. So this is whole part comes under astrology.
And the daily, weekly, and yearly horoscope predictions. How are they formulated?
Actually, the daily, weekly, and yearly predictions, those are just a little small drop in this ocean. This is basically, it is called according to the movement of the sun. But that part is just a very small thing which is everybody's following. But that is for me, if I'm seeing how I'm looking at that thing, that is for the entertainment purpose. Because the reason is why that thing not be 100% accurate, because for the thing is, in the sun sign, in sun transiting every 30 days to the other sign. So what the thing is, it can't be true that the person whomever born on the same month have the same destiny and same everything, which is not. Even the child who was born half hour after, they both are not same. So the thing is, the philosophy of the sun sign and zodiac sign, those are called that is just a normal general interpretation or general trend, we can say that. Let's say a person born in Aries ascendant, he might be little bit fast, he might like the fast thing, or he wants some speed. Or person born in a Taurus ascendant, he likes to stay at home or he likes to stay work. Wherever his office, he's sitting, there is no movement such. So this is called general categorization. But we cannot say that this person particularly doing this thing, which can't be true. Sun signs are, this is important, and how they reach it. This is what it is.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. You studied numerology as well. Can you explain to the viewers the difference between numerology and astrology, and are they together or different subjects?
No, numerology and astrology are not together. They both are entirely different subjects. Numerology are science of numbers, where we calculate your date of birth and according to your ruling number or soul. This is different complete calculation. So when we do astrology, astrology is basically your natal position of the planets. It interprets your planets and stars, and both are entirely different subject, not the same subject.
Okay. Um, so there's no necessity for an astrologer to know numerology.
No, it is not necessarily, or it is not any hard to fast rule that if anybody is practicing astrology, he must know the numerology. It is not necessarily, but yes, it is a complementary study if you know it. Suppose a person knows English, if he knows math, it is nice. Your judgment and your calculation both go take a right decision. Same thing with that. If you know something, if you know numerology, yes, you have another thing to predict the event more accurately. So let's say, for example, just give you an example so you can have more better understanding why it is so important or what is the complementary. So let's say a person born on number 8. And if we do the astrology, it is calculative in interpretation. It is called the person is going from Rahu Dasha, Rahu period, the planet which is more influencing on the person. That person approach to the astrologer and say that I'm feeling so much obstacles in my life and it is very difficult period for me. When an astrologer looking at their chart, he's seeing now both things. One is called number 8. The other one he's looking at, he's going under Rahu Dasha. Now the understanding of the astrologer is completely different. Now he knows that this person is facing one of the best negative period in his life. He's going through from it. On the same situation, there is another person who was born on number 3. And he is also going from the Dasha of Rahu. Now the understanding is completely different, day and night difference. The reason is now the person is whomever is going in number 3, that is called Jupiter. So now the person who was born on number 8, because this is called numerology, here the knowledge of numerology astrologer uses, because number 8 is extreme, what we say when we calculate. Number 8 doesn't have any middle range. Either it will bring you so much high, either it will bring you so much down that you can't even afford to go that below. So same thing when we see the chart or when we do interpret anything, interpretation or predictions, this is called complementary. This enhance your ability to predict the events. So yes, numerology, if you know it, and if any astrologer is practicing astrology, he must have some basic knowledge of numerology. Not numerology, all the calculation, all the subject palmistry, you must know that. Also there is another that is called Samudrik Vidya, means when you see and looking at the person, you must know that what aura he is taking it right now, which planet is more activated. So this is whole. It is not the single one thing. It is a mixture of everything. What the best prediction to take it. This is it.
Okay. And another form of prediction is tarot card reading, and that's done by psychics.
Yes.
Can you explain how that fits in?
Actually, the tarot card reading or psychic, they both are, that is nowhere close to astrology, the first thing is. Usually what people do is they mixed up astrology with the other occult sciences, which is not true. You may become tarot card reader in 1 week. You can learn the cards and you can start practicing it. But you cannot become astrologer in 1 week. It takes at least 3-4 years or maybe more than that just to understand astrology. And for predicting, you must at least 1,000 horoscope you need to see, then you can say that now I understand the astrology, now I know how to predict it. Means still there is a chances that you cannot become a perfect astrologer. So astrology is not that easy. Astrology is not that easy subject that anybody can do it. And this tarot card reading or anyone, we say that astrology is way superior knowledge. Even astrology is considered as a spiritual knowledge, and astrology is part of the Vedas. And Vedas, we all know that Vedas are one of the ancient religious texts. What person know? Anybody in human history, Vedas are the most ancient religious text. And Jyotish is part of the Vedas. So it is regarded as a spiritual knowledge. So it is not nowhere close, tarot card reader or psychic are nowhere close to astrology. Yes.
So Each year, we start with a new year,
Yes.
right? And it's a time of excitement. Can you explain to the audience the significance of the new year?
Actually, the New Year signification of year, what is the difference when the New Year comes? There are 2-3 theories or calculation, or there are 2-3 studies which we can say that what is the difference. The first thing that is called numerologically. Numerologically, when we see it, let's say we talk about 2019, that was a year of Jupiter. It's a number 3. Jupiter is a planet of homely affairs, your growth, your family life. This is not a planet of business. So same thing this year, this 2020, it is a year of Rahu. Rahu means destruction, bringing tension in the relationship, creating something trouble, obstacles, confusion, illusions. We already noticed that what is going on in all over the countries. Some of them are talking about there is a war, maybe third world war is coming. Everywhere there is a tension. This is called the frequency of the new year. As per numerology, what the numerological principles say that when the new year comes, there is a vibration which is more reflecting on the society, whole society. And according to that number, it starts seeing on all our, affecting our society structure. So same thing, this is the first philosophy if we see from the numerologically. The second aspect that is called astrologically. Astrologically, the importance of a year is like this. We talk about 2020. 2020 is year of Rahu. In this year, the transition of the planet, there is a 2 categorization. One is called benefic planets and the malefic planets in astrology. Because as this year is ruled by malefic planet, a negative planet, so in this year, the more malefic planets stay active. Like 2019 is a year of Jupiter, so the more benefic planet and their transition to be seen, and they start giving more results. So in this year, according to the year when they change, the effect and the placement of their planet is very important. So that's why there are 2-3 theories which people see it and how they affecting. Especially this year, there is so many major planets are transiting. In astrology, we say Saturn is transiting, Rahu is transiting. So these are the main major planetary transition which will affect on it. That's why this is more important. Yes.
You've just mentioned Jupiter.
Yes.
Another planet, or was a planet, was Pluto.
Yes.
But Pluto's just been demoted. Does that have any influence on astrology?
No, actually, what we practice or what I'm doing it, I follow Vedic astrology. So in Vedic astrology, when it was originated 1,000 years back, we just use only 9 planets, and we never use Pluto as a planet. And Pluto is invention of the Western astrology. So there is no concern with us for the Pluto, Neptune or Uranus, it is there or not. We never mentioned it or we never used it. So we have nothing to do with if they are demoting or not. We have no connection. Still we are using the same 9 planets.
Astrology has been around for many, many years. How does astrology affect modern life?
The thing is, there is 2-3 theories which are more prominently, profoundly accepted all through the world. How the planets are affecting, how the astrology works. So the first, which is more acceptable theory, that is called the affecting of the transiting planets on the biochemistry of your brain, and which could be easily understood with the moon cycles. Whenever there is a new moon or when there is a full moon, you can go and check them. Everything is written. It's called research. When there is a full moon, there is so much mental activities or asylums. People are tend to stay active on the full moons. When there is a new moon, people start seeing little bit low in that moment. This is what we say, that whenever there is any celestial body, especially in our solar system where we are predicting it, when planets are moving, transiting, it affects on the biochemistry of your brain. Because 70% in your body is a water. And the same ratio, if you see on the earth, there is a 70% of is the water and 30% is the rest of the earth. So it is basically resonating with your physical body as well. This is the first acceptable theory which everybody knows it. And the second theory is theory of color. As we all know that we have 7 colors. And when we look at the sun, there is a sun has, when we put prism in front of the sunlight, it reflects 7 colors. Everybody knows this thing, and science knows this. And these 7 colors are associated with our 7 planets. This is simple. And according to the planetary placement of the planets in your horoscope, it affects either positively or negatively. And this also could be understood with another way. It is a practical. So let's say you are seeing a green color. You start seeing and this is science. What I'm talking about, this is all research work I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about, I'm just making words. This is a proper research done it. If you start seeing for 10 minutes, early morning, green color, if you continue doing it month or 2 months, your nervous system automatically start working. Whatever the deficiencies, whatever the problem in your nervous system, start getting recovered. If person is so much active, some children are so much active, or they don't sit for a long time period in a one place. If you put those children on the room where is a blue color around them, those children tend to stay slow down, calmness, because the blue color is a color of coldness. Blue is a color of which brings your mind calmness. So every color has their own wavelength. Every color is reflecting their own vibration, so which affects your body. And this is basically the philosophy of astrology, how it affects us, how it is affecting. And the another third aspect is that is called sun. Everybody knows us, if sun is not there, we cannot survive on earth more than 2 or 3 days. This is perfect because sun is a vital force, sun gives us energy. So according to the sun, we also know that if the sun is weak, your whole planetary positions are weak, but we already accepted, we already doing in Vedic astrology. So sun is a central point of your not only earth, wherever the life is live on this earth. So also these are 2-3 philosophies which shows us that the planets and the influence of the planets, how it is affecting our life.
With modernization, we've entered into a period with huge change. We've gone from high street shopping to shopping on the internet. These are significant changes. How does astrology adhere, or how does astrology link or relate to these changes? Can you give us some insight into that?
Yes, according to the society, let's say, for example, someone was studying before 5 years ago, let's say, or 600 years ago, someone was saying that if you want to study administration, because there was no administration or management fields, that's what we say, that Vedanta, spiritual knowledge, you can gain something. But these days, as we are going follow through from the different phase of life, study patterns are also changed. Like 10 years back, people or any parents, if their kids start going to college, they advise us, go and become a doctor, go become an engineer, go become something skilled work. But these days, people are not focused on the academic education. They are more basically skill-based. Socialized, they do it. So this is whole through set of whatever it is going on in the society, we can see through from the planets. So this is why we say that, and before we were talking about that, the person was born till the time of his last breath. This whole life circle could be easily understand, or easily we can explain it in the language of astrology. So each planet in astrology very clearly said it. And it is very a systematic system. It is not that we can just start saying it in a 2 words or maybe 3 pages. It is a vast, vast subject. It is easily understood, easily it is written on it. Let's say we are talking about the communication, we are talking right now modernization. Everything is on social media, Facebook, Instagram and all that stuff. This is all comes under Rahu. This is automatically or well written in the astrology that whatever it is, social, that is media industry, this has come under Mercury. So according to the planetary position in your horoscope, we can easily detect or we can easily interpret the planets, what planets and how they are affecting our society. Yes, is easily could be understood. Yes.
And in the same vein, when people are applying for their job, my friend who is in HR, he tells me that people are actually putting their star signs on their applications. Yes. Does this have any influence?
It has a great influence. Actually, you really pointed out a very nice, good question. Yes, these days people do it and it has a significant change. The sun sign, zodiac sign, the ascendant sign, which sign they born. So whatever sign, let's say for example, a person is born in a Aries ascendant. So the Aries ascendant people like to work where they can, where there is a pace, where they can move something, where they don't need to think too much, where they don't need to be stay for on this one place, where they don't want to stay in an office. They want pace. They want the work where they can take orders from someone and follow it. The same position, if a person was born in a Virgo ascendant, those people will be very much responsible. They like to work in an office. They want to work in a very organization, like in a banking sector, chartered accountants. Those were Virgo ascendant, Mercury ascendants. So each sign, each zodiac sign and planet gives you a significant change in your personality, your behavior. Suppose a person Jupiter is very much active. These person like so much salty food. The person whose Venus is more active, they like the sweet food. You can go and check their horoscope. I can tell you. So these are the significant changes which the planets and sign gives it. And these days, because everybody is going now modernization, astrology is also very good research work and people doing it. And they know that this is the effect they are doing it. And people following it very ardently, this one.
I come to my last question. Sure. There are many systems in Vedic astrology. Which particular one do you follow and why?
I follow personally Prashri system. Actually, it is not that just I am studying that one. I study all the Vedic system, Gemini Jyotish, KP astrology and among other red book it is say. But the only thing is, not one knowledge is complete. The knowledge which stopped, which is not in a continually manner, so that is nothing. According to the society, according to the culture, you must have to be updated with the knowledge. But yes, what I believe or what I majorly studied or what I majorly use, that is called Prashri system. But also I look at the horoscope with the other study horoscope as well. Because not one knowledge is perfect, we can say that this is perfect. Let's say for example, we want to see the transition of the planets. The Western astrology has a mastery over the transition. If you want to understand the transition of how they are affecting it, Westerns are so much way beyond this field. And if you want to see the event base means you want to know when you are going for marriage, when this health issue will go away from you, when you will recover from this health issues. These are called event-based. This could be done very finely by the Vedic astrology Prashri system. So every system has their own signification and flavor, and you must have to touch it. each and every. If you want to become a master, you must know each and every. You must know wrong, you must know right. Then you know that what is the right path. So this is the whole system. This is my philosophy.
Satinder, you have answered all the questions I wanted to ask you in this session. You answered them very comprehensively, and I thank you for your insights and knowledge.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
The questions I've just asked of Satinder are those that you have sent in previously, based on what you've learnt in previous programs. You're invited to ask even more questions, and they will be addressed in future programs. So, Satinder, thank you for everything you've done this afternoon.